Bro Sanchez, you got the story right, and now I see, yeah. Bro Sanchez.
Okay. So people, why are we here today? Well, excuse me. I'm here today to, if you give me a minute, guys, I will cut my camera on in just a second. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that before we begin, so I'm not fumbling throughout the stream. So what are we going to do today? Today we're going to rip Pan-Africanism and Kemeticism a whole nother asshole. Like, we really going to go in on it and make a lot of sense to y'all, show you it's a religion. We're going to expose it to the core, and I don't care who I make mad. So like and share the video. It's going to be very powerful. I want y'all to make this shit go viral for real if you rocking with this movement over here. Cause boy, I'm about to really make folks think. Now, today's title is about, really I'm calling out Pan-Africans and Hotepers, and I want them to explain what make Kemet so special. One person that I have a lot of respect for, who I consider a Hoteper, is none other than Shaka Amos. And, you know, you got people like Jabari Osaze. You got different people who've been repping the whole Kemeticism thing. And I'm basically making this video because I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. Now, whatever you guys want to come up and address me about, I'm going to let y'all do that. But we really talking about the Pan-Africans and the Hotepers coming to explain what make Kemet so special. But before we open up the thing, I want to speak on it. I was watching Brother Shaka go in on Sarnetta's channel, and I'm not gonna review the video because it's 4 hours and I don't really got that much time to do a review on this today, but I can sum it up and tell you where I'm going as far as calling people out. A lot of guys be like, it all started in Egypt. Civilization started in Egypt. God consciousness started in Egypt. Keep in mind, they say that the Egyptians learned from the Nubians, but they so fucking strung out on Egypt, nobody say that they Nubians no more. The whole Egyptian religion came to America during the neo-pagan movement. And I'm gonna read some of y'all just real quick. Check this out. What neo-paganism. I want to bring it out. Look, modern, watch this, y'all, because let me explain something to y'all. Black people in America, we never fucked with pagan gods. We had our own family, spiritual, ancestral gods that we mess with. But y'all are engaged with all these pagan gods. If it didn't come out of your family, don't you dedicate your spirit to it. Here go my shrine right here. There go my uncle who died. There go my granddaddy who died. I got my grandma over there. All of my dead spirits around me. You don't see no Jesus around me. You don't see no Buddha, no Allah. You don't see no Pharaoh. Because I don't give a fuck about them other dead people. If it ain't my DNA and my family dead spirits, I don't call on it for salvation. That's called paganism, because now you fucking with some foreign outside of yourself. People, they really look at their own bloodline and family and they don't got no pride in it. And they'll find pride in some foreigner's religion way across the water. Now, let me show y'all something. Let's read what it said about paganism here. Modern paganism, also known as contemporary paganism and neo-paganism, is a term for a religion or a family of religions which is influenced by the various historical pre-Christian beliefs of pre-modern peoples in Europe and adjacent areas in where? North Africa and the Near East. So this how you get Islam. This how you get Kemetism from North Africa. This how you get Hebrew Israelite shit from Europe, right? And all of these are pre-Christian beliefs. Okay, pre-Christian. Let's see. I'm gonna see if we gonna pull up, for example. Hold on, let me see something, because I want to actually go into neo-paganism too. We gotta understand this stuff. Because neo-paganism, any of several spiritual movements that attempt to revive the ancient polytheistic religions of Europe and the Middle East. You also need to add North Africa. These movements have a close relationship to ritual magic, which is what we see in a New Age conscious community. Y'all think y'all was escaping indoctrination, but you really was re-indoctrinated in the 60s with Kemetism, Judaism, and all that. When we started going against when we started turning on white folks, they started giving us Arabs and Pan-Africans to worship. This was in the 60s. When blacks started standing up on America, going against Christianity and all that, they started building mosques. They started building Kemetism and all that. They said these niggas are equating Christianity to white supremacy, and they're rebelling against both of them. And you know what? A lot of these paganism niggas would tell you that our ancestors broke free using the Bible. When our ancestors never broke free, we still enslaved. When they made slaves free, how the hell are you still calling yourself a slave? And we still calling ourselves slaves today because we at the bottom of the barrel. Slavery didn't end, it just became systematic. Y'all better stop listening to these dudes. I'm finna show you how crazy this. Watch this, y'all. I'm gonna look up the neo-pagan movement from the 60s. Please like and share the video. I want to show you some of these things so you can see I'm not making it up. All right. You got a bunch of Crowley folks in the conscious community. You got all the frat boys. Everything you see on this list, Scientology, all this has been incorporated into what they call the conscious community. And what's bringing it there is all of these little schools of thought that you think when you waking up because you joining that stuff. And Kemetism is one of them. Kemetism is one of them. So let's pull up neo-paganism in the United States. Look at this, y'all. Lo and behold, what do we see? Let's zoom in. Zoom in. Look. You see that? Let's read the first paragraph. Modern paganism in the United States is represented by widely different movements and organizations. The largest modern pagan religious movement is Wicca, followed by Neo-Druidism. Both of these religions or spiritual paths were introduced during the 50s and 60s from Great Britain. Germanic neo-paganism, and Kemetism. Please share this video, y'all. Let's make it go viral. Come on, man. Germanic neo-paganism and Kemetism appeared in the U.S. in the early 70s. Hellenic paganism appeared in the 90s. People, what do we say here? There were no Kemet people in America, no Hotepers prior to the 60s and 70s. This is a neo-pagan tradition that ain't got shit to do with black people in America. They chocolate coated this shit because when you go to Egypt, you see all kind of different colors. And them niggas will say, well, the white folks took over. They stole our shit. But guess here go the contradiction. They'll tell y'all Kemet taught the world everything. So how the fuck did people steal it, B? These folks pride themselves, right? They say everybody in the world had to come to Kemet to learn because Kemet had the schools. Kemet was the first smart motherfuckers with all the schools, so Kemet taught the world. So when did folks start stealing their knowledge if they was giving it away?
Stupid.
They don't want me in this debate, y'all. You know I'm a beast, man. Get my likes up. Get my likes and shares up. If Kemet taught the world, nobody stole from Kemet then. Kemet basically colonized the world. That's like somebody saying black folks stole Christianity from white folks. No, they conquered us and indoctrinated us with Christianity. They taught us they way. Like Kemet taught the world they way. Now, these folks are such religious fanatics when it come to Kemet that they say stuff like Kemet gave the world the arts, the scientists. You mean to tell me a motherfucker didn't pick up a paintbrush and paint a picture until Kemet? Wait a minute, a nigga didn't draw in the dirt, the sand, or nothing before Kemet. See, a lot of this shit just religious glorification and paganism like we just read. Cause niggas be saying, yeah, Kemet taught the world sexuality. Kemet was the first ones to do this and that. Kemet was the first ones to have fighting systems. So no one else in the world was defending themselves and getting into fights before Kemet.
Stupid.
Kemet the one showed the world how to walk. You know, pissing started in Kemet. Let me tell you something, Sanchez. Do you take shits? Yeah, I take shits, brother. The Egyptians are the ones that created taking shits, brother. Let me ask you something, Sanchez. No, don't ask me shit else. No, let me ask you one thing, Sanchez. Do you blink your eyes? Man, get the fuck out of my face, dog. Get the fuck out of my face. I know you. Yeah, nigga, blinking your eyes come from Kemet, nigga. If you ever blunked before, did you just say blunk, motherfucker? Yeah, blanking come from Kemet. If you ever blunked before, yeah. Sanchez, I got one for you. I know you like having sex, don't you? You ever stuck it in and had an orgasm? Yes, my brother. Busting nuts came from Kemet too. You know, that's what you call glorification and just a fanatic. Especially when they got the costume with it, y'all. Let's go to the costume so I can show you what pagans look like. Let me show you what pagans look like when they practicing their sorcery and witchcraft. People, how is this any different than church service? How is this any different than you going to church having worship? Pull up worship and praise, and you'll see them same hands that them niggas got. Look at that. See them hands? These are the kind of hands that say, give it to me, God. Ooh, wee, God. I don't know what to do. I just want to snatch my blessing right out the sky, God. That's those kind of hands, son. And guess what? Here they go right here. You think you can do some neo-paganism to better your life, and son, it's just a bunch of pseudo garbage. All of you Kemetic niggas, let me ask y'all niggas something. When you be talking about the mounds in America, and you be big up in the pyramids in Egypt, guess what, niggas? Y'all are some black men in America who don't even know how to build a fucking mound, but you ridiculing them to big up the Egyptians, you damn fool. Let me bring some out, y'all. Let me bring some out. All of these Pan-African niggas, they like to make fun of the mound builders. They say, them ain't no pyramids, them mounds. Guess what, y'all? By the end of this video, I'ma show y'all that building a mound is way more smarter than building an Egyptian pyramid. I'm gonna show y'all that. But before I do that, let me show y'all how dumb these niggas is, right? You got a bunch of black dudes in America who put on costumes like Jabari and Shaka and talk shit about the Indians and all that. All of you raw-born ass niggas, I want the smoke. I'm gonna show y'all what y'all niggas do. Y'all niggas talk shit about these mounds, right? But your black ass can't build a mound. You will talk shit about the Mesoamerican mounds, but nigga, you live in a house that a white man built. But see, you so full of neo-paganism and you such a fanatic with Kemet that somebody paying you niggas to talk shit about our DNA and ancestry that puts us with pride right where we at. If our pride in Egypt, but our fight is in America, what fucking sense and good does that make, son? You got African pride, but you're fighting an American war, you goddamn dummies. I'm gonna say that again. You goddamn dummies, right? Y'all got Egyptian pride, but you wake up every day fighting an American war, arguing at other American niggas, telling them they ain't no Egyptian when we all citizens of America taking hell from this white man. Watch how crazy this is. If I told one of you Pan-Africans to build a mound, you will look stupid. But you will stand there and joke on a mound and glorify Kemet like a fool. Son, at least learn how to build a mound first before you talk shit about what your ancestors built in this land to glorify some other nigga's land. Now, let me explain something to y'all niggas about the mounds versus the pyramid. Don't you know that a pyramid in Egypt ain't nothing but a big ass grave site? I want to debate you motherfuckers today, because check this out, y'all. If I ask these niggas, do you rather live in an Egyptian pyramid or do you rather live in a mound? Niggas will say a mound. A mound mounds are Mesoamerican architecture in a form of residential space. A pyramid in Egypt is a big religious stone dedicated to the pharaoh burial. You can't do shit with it. It's a big egotistical monument that's just ain't no functions to it other than the pharaoh's ego. If you ask one of these Kemetic niggas, okay, since your pyramid's so better, tell me what it can do. They ain't gonna be able to tell you shit. It's just housing a corpse, motherfucker. Your pyramid's got a bunch of carvings and shit, and it's basically ain't got no use to it. But other than holding a dead motherfucking body, fool. These mounds in America will shelter your family during the tornadoes that happens in this land. You know how many tornadoes happen in America, especially in some of the areas we settled at? You go in that mound, it'll protect you. Your black ass couldn't go in that pyramid. You know why? Because you're a peasant, dude. It's a sacred space and all that other dumb shit. You can go up in that mound, son, and you can cook you something to eat, and it's applicable. That big goofy shit up in Egypt is just a waste of motherfucking time, boy. If I ask a Pan-African, what's the purpose of them pyramids in Egypt? So the Pharaoh's soul can get out of his body and he can beam his soul to Sirius, and he pointed the shaft toward this. They're a bunch of stupid shit. You went through all that goddamn trouble, son, so the Pharaoh can bust his soul out his body. Dummy, somebody should have told that's gonna happen anyway, fool. The Pharaoh went to all that trouble so his soul can go back home when he die. Dummy, that's gonna happen anyway, whether you want it or not. In that cold ass pyramid, and it ain't insulated. It's hot as hell in the summer, cold as hell in the winter in Egypt, son. Now you try to sleep your black ass in that cold ass pyramid, boy, in that hot ass pyramid, boy, in the summer, boy. You gonna be hitting Sanchez up quick. Sanchez, any more room in that mound? Sanchez, you got any more room in that mound? No, stay your ass in Egypt, nigga. Hey, blow you up one of those blow up mattresses next to Hotep stinking ass corpse, nigga. You gonna be sleeping in that damn big hollow cold ass pyramid, and you gonna hear some shit get up in the night. Zombies and shit. That's a big shit show. That pyramid is a big haunted house, son. Don't you know that, son? son, y'all niggas is glorifying these big ass haunted houses over there in Kemet, son. How dare you spit your mouth to talk about a mound, son? When you got this big ass rock with ain't nothing but one dead nigga in that bitch. Now I'm gonna drop the link in the chat room, right? I'm gonna drop the link in the chat room, and I want one of these ain't nobody gonna click that link. They scared of me, boy. Boy, they scared of me, boy. Now watch this, y'all. I want to ask one of these goddamn Pan-Africans, what's the purpose of the pyramids in Egypt? Come on. Son, come on, tell me, come up here. Tell me the purpose of the pyramids in Egypt. Because right now, nigga, they just haunted houses, as far as I'm concerned. You know it stank up in there. A dead body in that bitch. A corpse been rotting up in that hole for over 10,000 years. And you up in that bitch like this. Ooh, Hotep. Man, I be running like a motherfucker. These niggas over here ain't built one mound but talking shit about them. Ain't even built the house they live in. The unk that they got made in China, ain't that a bitch? Come on, them niggas scared of me, boy. Watch this, right? Watch this. Come on, set your mic up, Pan-African. I'm gonna mop my floor with y'all. King Kiwi, what's good, my Pan-African brother? What's good?
What's up, Bro Sanchez?
What's good?
Salute, bro. I'm not a Pan-African, man.
Are you a Hoteper?
No, I'm not a Hotep. I'm not a Hotep. I'm a Hotepper. You hear me? No, I'm just playing. Listen, I just wanted to add to your bill, man. You said the something about the pyramids and what they are or whatever. I just wanted to add to the bill and say that Maybe they were because they're found all over the world, right?
Hey, let me explain something to you. We can find pyramids all over the world, but their functions are different. A pyramid, see, this the thing. A mound is a pyramid according to science. I can pull up sources and all that. According to science, hey brother, you got some noise going on. But yeah,
Sorry about that.
according to science, a mound is a pyramid, but the Egyptian pyramids ain't mounds. See, what I'm saying is all mounds are pyramids, but all pyramids ain't mounds. And
I can dig it.
why the Egyptian pyramids ain't mound, because normally when you talking about a mound, you talking about a triangular structure that's insulated. Hold on. Let me mute you a second. What separate a mound from a pyramid is basically one is a burial chamber and one is insulated to be a dwelling. They said that the Indians live in teepees. That's a lie. We lived in mounds. You can unmute your mic. But that's what separate a mound from a pyramid. One is just a burial chamber. The other one is insulated to be a dwelling. Go ahead.
Okay, that's cool, man. Shit, I ain't got no problem with it, bro. I just wanted to give you my take on it because I've done extensive research. I've been astral projecting. I've been doing all the out of body, all that shit for years, man. So, real quick, I say that the function of the pyramids were something like megalithic oxygen tanks for living underground for years at
Hold
a
on.
time.
Wait. I want you to repeat that shit again.
They were they were megalithic oxygen tanks for living under the ground for years, maybe
Wait,
like six
wait, wait,
months
wait,
to a
wait, wait,
year.
wait, 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 wait. You do know that an oxygen tank have to be airtight, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay,
Uh huh.
so
Uh
listen.
huh.
You do know that the pyramids ain't airtight, right?
So let me give you this right quick.
But I'm
If
saying, hold up, but can we do know that they ain't airtight, right?
right, but at the same time, their functions are to move giant masses amounts of water back up into out of the underground where we would stay at.
Let me ask you a
Brother.
question. Why would you have a burial site where your water supply is going to be near? That's
Well,
dangerous.
that's
That's
well,
dangerous. That's
yeah,
dangerous.
that's what
That's that
they
that's that
did that.
Yeah, can that explain why there was so many outbreaks and diseases then in Egypt?
Yeah, it's like they mistreated. They didn't know what they were used for. You get me? By the time they started using the pyramids, they didn't use them the same way our ancients did. We've been on the earth for billions of years. So the people that came along and started using those pyramids didn't even know the function of them. Is what I'm saying. So
You
they used
saying
them
you
as
saying you
very
saying that the people that we're calling the Egyptians, they didn't even build the pyramids, they inherited them.
exactly. Yep.
Interesting. Interesting, bro.
Yep.
I'm a look into that, man. I'm gonna look into that.
Yep. Hey man, much love, bro. Salute to you,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
Keep up the great work, man.
man, let me fucking drop you a bomb, bro, cause you threw me for a loop. You got my mind, my gears going now. Because what we say is that we didn't build these grand structures in our time. We inherited them from the Tartarians. Because if you look
Okay.
at, you see what I'm saying? Because if you look at the structures we
Okay.
was building in early America, them shabby wild wild west buildings and shit, little
Exactly.
matchbox, and in the background you see these big castles and shit. We couldn't have done it.
That's
So,
right.
so
That's right.
yeah,
Yep.
you
Yep.
making a fire ass
Yep.
point, bro.
I'm
You
I'm
making
from,
a
I'm
fire
from
point.
Washington D.C. I'm from Washington D.C. Man, downtown D.C. always marvels me when I look at these. great structures that were created before the pilgrims came, man. These cities were here before the pilgrims even stepped foot here, man.
Yeah,
You know, and you talk.
because you know what you make, bro. You really gave me some shit today now. Because check it out. No one can show you what kind of houses the Egyptians lived in. They just show you the Sphinx, the pyramids, and all that. The Temple of Dendera. We don't see
Bingo.
what the shelters, the dwellings at. You
Bingo.
feel me? That's crazy.
So yeah, I know I got a loud background, bro. So you can go ahead and go
Yeah,
ahead and build, man. I'm on the show though, because I gotta go to work. So
I
I'm
appreciate
listening to you, bro.
appreciate
Hell yeah,
that,
man.
man.
Anytime.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
appreciate that, man.
Yep. Salute.
Salutes, bro. A shout out to Young Quality and to Dulcina on the call. Let's drop a bomb, man. We getting it in. We building about something powerful. The jewels that gonna be dropped in this stream, you ain't gonna hear nowhere else. Like I told you, the hypocrisy of ridiculing mounds when you can't build one. But it just show you the lengths we'll go to because of the neo-pagan movement. If anybody on the call want the mic, you could just unmute and cut me right off. I've been talking a while and we can hear from you guys whenever you want it. But until then, I'm gonna talk my shit and trigger these Hotepers to come on up. And I'm gonna drop the link too. And guys, I don't hate my Pan-African and Hotepan brothers. I come from that community. And I left my Pan-African videos up, some of them. Some of them I took down. It was so cringe that I was like, damn, nigga, like, I was really Hotepan. And somebody gonna say, no, Sanchez, you cheating. You should leave it up, nigga. I was Hotepan hard. Yeah, buddy. Till I start to think about this shit, right? So, salutes, Dulcina. How you doing?
Peace. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Y'all can drop a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear the sister okay. You got it. You got it.
Peace, brother. I hope you're having a good day and everything. I wanted to talk to you because I agree with a lot that you're saying about the Kemet. Like a lot of people act like everything came out of Kemet. They throw away all other civilizations that were before then or anything, and they just put too much into Kemeticism. But I really want to get into the Pan-African points because I feel like we do a lot of hatred for Pan-African studies and different things like that when Pan-Africans aren't denying the transition into America, all the history that comes into South Africa. We just know as far as that hominoids started in Africa, but even before then, before we became hominoids, obviously there was
And
a point in time that Africa didn't exist.
but see,
But we know as far as the migration.
yeah, but see, that's the part right there to me that's disrespectful. And I'm glad you're on, sister, because talking to you, I can calm down, relax. You know, I ain't gonna never turn up on the ladies and shit. But check this, I can pick your brain though. Here's where a lot of folks stand. They say, you can't tell me where I'm from. And when you say, well, you're from Africa, you still telling me where I'm from. There's no science that supports the out of Africa theory, my sister. That's a religion that was given to us in the 60s and 70s. There's no science for it. That religion, and I'm going to show it to you real quick because this is where it gets interesting. I'm going to share with you some of the stuff that bring the hatred toward Pan-Africans, my sister. Then I'm going to mute the floor and let you see what you think about it so you can hear both sides. Because it ain't, the hate come from somewhere, and I don't think y'all really know what I'm about to show. Watch this. This is called UNESCO. Now, one of the greatest Pan-Africans of our time, Dr. Ben, he worked for UNESCO. If it was such a good thing for him to be a Shriner, right, and to be an agent with UNESCO, why wouldn't we promote that in the community? It's a lot of our Pan-African scholars that were agents. We don't just say the word agent for no reason. They work for UNESCO. It's UNESCO that gave us hip hop studies, Pan-African studies. This was a branch of the UN that they brought out in the right around the years when neo-paganism and all that started. This is the branch of Great Britain that seeded the neo-pagan movement in America. And I just read the history of the neo-pagan movement. We can go back into it too. Chematism is part of that. Cometicism is a part of that. So in a nutshell, we're just pushing back at an agenda that the UN put on our people in the 70s. They gave us hip hop music and they gave us this Africanism to take us away from who we are. Hip hop wasn't good for us, and this Cometicism and paganism and all that, and it ain't good for us either. Because none of that really brought us where we need to be. It just got us divided among all these different identities, and that was by design. So when we call these folks agents, we really ain't lying on them. And my point be, if you're an agent, why don't you let people know? If I'm a Pan-African and I work for UNESCO, why don't I say, hey, y'all, you black brothers need to get a job with the UN because they paying us foreigners to indoctrinate Negroes with a new religion called Chematism. This was taught in school. It's still in the colleges. They ain't giving us nothing to really set us free. They giving us a whole nother religion that come up out of Africa, just like Christianity and all the other ones. So I'm going to fall back there. I can obviously keep going, but I want to dialogue with you. I don't want to halt the mic, and then I'm going to yield the flow. Take your time, sister.
Yeah, and I definitely understand. And what I've always heard about them is like part of the Boule, and that, there's a lot of Pan-Africanism that they say is a part of the Boule. But I want to go into like the science. So are you saying that every life in existence happened all over the world and like people are indigenous to America?
Good question. What I'm saying is people are indigenous to the earth. Instead of looking at humans like Africans, Asians, and all that, we're simply earthlings. So my thing is, wherever you see earth at, you see humans at, even in the coldest places on the earth. We see humans living right next to active volcanoes. There's not a place we can go and not find life. So if that's what we see with our eyes, why would we be convinced by somebody that life started from one place and seeded from that place through a process of evolution? That's Darwinism. That's a religion. And the reason they want you to believe that is so they can put you at the bottom of the evolutionary timeline, and that's called eugenics. Because the first shall be last, the last shall be first. The people who say that they're first on the evolutionary timeline, they say that these people are primitive in their behavior. This is a scientific agenda, and this is why when you look around the world, don't nobody want to be first. Even the Chinese government came out a few years ago and said, yeah, black people first. Don't nobody want to be first, because according to modern science, the newest things are the most advanced. So the new car is more advanced than the old car. The new or youngest humans that just come to the earth, they're the most evolved according to science. So when we say we ancient, we the original people, they say, yes, you are. That's why you got that big chicken bone in your hand and that earring in your nose, and you fighting all day. And when they really programming you to be that through hip hop, African studies, but then condemning you for it on a eugenics level, it's a big game. It's so deep that I wish I had a big platform to break it down, but the boule has infiltrated YouTube. I get up every day and I battle against principalities of evil in high places. They know who I am. I know who they are. It goes over some people's head, but y'all gonna catch up and y'all gonna choose the right team. Now that just goes for the people in the chat. If you say we come from Africa according to science, you saying that your ancestors were monkey people. So when a white man call you a monkey, you should say, yeah, you right. Get it right now. What kind of monkey? A chimp, nigga. That was my grandma, Lucy, the monkey bitch. So you can't take one thing and take the other one. They call that cherry picking. So if you say, well, science proved we was first, well, then it proves you were a monkey too. You got to take them both. And that's the thing I'm not willing to do. I'll leave it all at the doorstep, because the white man is never finding his bones. We don't know where the white man from, and what he ain't never digging up his ancestors. He keep digging up your ancestors, and every time he find them, it's a monkey, and we don't get the joke. I don't like that. It makes me mad. It's racism, but we don't see it. We just blinded by, we first. It's a kindergarten line leader mentality. But I'll yield right there.
No, I absolutely agree with everything you're saying, brother. And I don't want to change the conversation too much. But I do have one question about like our political stance and political science. So knowing everything that you're saying, which is true, but knowing now that we have European, African, and Asian and people unite under those political terms and wield power, should we as Black people just give up on yielding power under those terms?
Well, I don't think terms can yield power. And that's another thing we got to stop doing. A lot of groups from the neo-pagan era are teaching our people that once we get our identity right, power gonna follow. They say if you quit calling yourself Black, or if you call yourself this or don't call yourself that, power don't come in what you call yourself. Power come in how you train yourself, prepare yourself, and basically it boils down to action. If the people in power woke up tomorrow and start calling themselves the shitheads, they still will be in power. So terminology don't equate to power. That's the stroke niggas ego who don't got power. So you got niggas living in the project saying they kings and shit, versus acting like a king though.
What up? Just wielding to action.
Yeah, they call each other gods, but they don't exude godhood and shit. Right? You got it though.
No, I definitely understand what you're saying, and it makes a lot more sense of what you're saying now, hearing everything out. So thank you for all your clarifications, and I'll go ahead and leave for now. Thank you so much, brother, for all your teachings.
You're welcome anytime. You keep doing what you're doing over there, and yeah, I'm glad you willing to be understanding and hear us out. We salutes to you, sister.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.